Hello, welcome to the weekly highlights program on Azərbaycan Television with the major developments of the week. I'm your host, Ilham Məmmədov. Now, first, let's take a brief look at some of the top stories of this week. The summits of heads of state and government of the member states of the United Nations Special Program for the Economies of Central Asia, SPECR, was held at the Heydər Əliyev Center in Baku. President İlham Əliyev attended the summit. On November 20th, official welcoming ceremony was held for President of the Republic of Iraq, Abdulatif Jamal Rashid, who was on an official visit to the Republic of Azerbaijan. On November 20th, official welcome ceremony was held for President of the Republic of Iraq, Abdulatif Jamal Rashid, who was on an official visit to the Republic of Azerbaijan.
President of Azerbaijan İlham Əliyev welcomed President of Iraq Abdulatif Jamal Rashid.
Qaravul farağa, soldan qarşılamaq üçün. Qaravula, ol!
The Chief of the Guard of Honor reported to the President of Iraq.
Cənab İraq Respublikasının prezidenti, sizin Azərbaycan Respublikasına gəlməyiniz şərəfinə fəxri qaravul düzülüb. Qaravul rəisi polkovnik leytenant Quliyev.
The heads of state reviewed the Guard of Honor. The national anthems of the Republic of Iraq and the Republic of Azerbaijan were played. The delegation of Azerbaijan was introduced to the President of Iraq, while the delegation of Iraq was introduced to the President of Azerbaijan. The Guard of Honor marched in front of the President of Azerbaijan İlham Əliyev and President of Iraq Abdulatif Jamal Rashid to be accompanied by a military march. The heads of state posed for official photos.
President İlham Əliyev held a one-on-one meeting with President of Iraq, Abdulatif Jamal Rashid.
The head of state recalled the Iraqi president's visit to Azerbaijan and the meeting they held on the sidelines of the summit of the non-aligned movement. Expressing satisfaction with the Iraqi president's first official visit to Azerbaijan, President Ilham Aliyev said he is confident that this visit and the discussions to be held during the visit would make a significant contribution to further development of relations between the two countries. The head of state said that a meeting of the Joint Commission on Economic, Trade, Scientific, Technical and Cultural Cooperation would be held in Iraq soon, adding that it would play an important role in further expanding economic and trade relations. The president of Iraq underlined his country's determination to further develop relations with Azerbaijan, noting that the documents to be signed as part of the visit will significantly contribute to the expansion of ties. During the meeting, the sides emphasized that both countries always supported each other's positions within international organizations. They noted that Azerbaijan and Iraq had suffered from occupation, but this situation had become history. During the conversation, the presidents pointed out that there are favorable opportunities for the development of cooperation between the two countries in the fields of economy, energy, culture, science, education, and tourism.
The head of our state then held an expanded meeting with President of Iraq, Abdul Latif Jamal Rashid. Following the one-on-one meeting, a meeting with the participation of delegations took place. President Ilham Aliyev noted that next month the Azerbaijani delegation will visit Iraq to attend the meeting of the Joint Economic Commission. President Abdul Latif Jamal Rashid also delivered a speech during the expanded meeting. A ceremony of signing documents was held with the participation of President Ilham Aliyev and President of Iraq, Abdul Latif Jamal Rashid.
Minister of Labor and Social Protection of Population of the Republic of Azerbaijan Sahil Babayev and Minister of Labor and Social Affairs of the Republic of Iraq Ahmed Jassim Sabir al-Asadi signed the Memorandum of Understanding on Cooperation between the Minister of Labor and Social Protection of Population of the Republic of Azerbaijan and the Minister of Labor and Social Affairs of the Republic of Iraq. Chairman of the State Tourism Agency of the Republic of Azerbaijan Fuat Nagiev and Chairman of the Tourism Authority of the Republic of Iraq Zafer Mahdi signed a Memorandum of Understanding on Cooperation in the field of tourism between the State Tourism Agency of the Republic of Azerbaijan and the Ministry of Culture, Tourism and Antiquities of the Republic of Iraq. Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Azerbaijan Ceyhun Bayramov and Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Iraq Mohammed Hussein Bahra Al-Ulum signed a Memorandum of Understanding on political consultations between the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Azerbaijan and the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Iraq. Minister of Digital Development and Transport of the Republic of Azerbaijan Rashad Nabiyev and Head of the Civil Aviation Authority of the Republic of Iraq Imad Al-Asadi signed the Air Services Agreement between the Government of the Republic of Azerbaijan and the Government of the Republic of Iraq.
President Ilham Aliyev and President of Iraq, Abdul Latif Jamal Rashid, made press statements. An official lunch was hosted on behalf of President Ilham Aliyev in honor of President of Iraq, Abdul Latif Jamal Rashid. President Ilham Aliyev received Parliamentary Under-Secretary of State at the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office, Minister of State for Europe and North America of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, Leo Doherty.
The head of state noted that Leo Doherty's visit to Azerbaijan provided a good opportunity for discussing bilateral and regional agenda. Saying that Azerbaijan is a beautiful country, Leo Doherty expressed satisfaction with his visit. He underlined that the rich history of bilateral relations between the two countries is a source of pride. Leo Doherty said that UK welcomes any efforts that contribute to ensuring regional peace and stability, adding they are proud of very important political, economic, trade and energy ties which had existed for many years with Azerbaijan. President Ilham Aliyev pointed out that bilateral economic relations had begun in the energy sector and highlighted years-long effective cooperation with BP based on mutual trust. The head of state described the investments made in Azerbaijan as a sign of confidence in the country.
The head of our state received Secretary General of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, Hussein Brahim Taha.
The head of state noted the importance of the participation of the Secretary General of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation in the UN Special Program for the Economies of Central Asia and was pleased to recall his previous meetings with Hussein Brahim Taha. President Ilham once again expressed his gratitude to the Organization of the Islamic Cooperation for its support of the territorial integrity and sovereignty of Azerbaijan and to the member states of the Organization for the Islamic Solidarity, emphasizing that Azerbaijan fully restored its sovereignty 2 months ago. Our head of state noted that the Karabakh conflict has already been consigned to history. Stressing that Azerbaijan has always been committed to the principle of Islamic solidarity, President Ilham noted that our country supports the activities of the organization, including voluntary financial donations to it. The Secretary General of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation expressed his gratitude for the kind words and congratulated Azerbaijan on ensuring its sovereignty and territorial integrity, as well as on the restoration and construction works carried out in Karabakh. The Secretary General highly appreciated the support of the activities of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, the voluntary financial contributions of Azerbaijan, and noted that this is important for the organization. Hussein Brahim Taha personally thanked President Ilham for the reception, for the regular holding of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation events in Azerbaijan, and for the financial support of our country.
President Ilham Aliyev participated in the opening of an exhibition called SPECA Countries Exhibition, Regional Cooperation for Sustainable Development, held on Azerbaijan's special initiative at the Baku Expo Center as part of the UN Special Program for the Economies of Central Asia, SPECA Week. The member states of the program are Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, and Afghanistan. The purpose of the program is to support the development of cooperation between member states and integration into the world economy. Minister of Economy Mikhail Japarov informed the head of state of the exhibition dedicated to the topic SPECA Countries Exhibition, Regional Cooperation for Sustainable Development. The exhibition is held with the initiative of Azerbaijan. President Ilham Aliyev officially opened the exhibition by unveiling the value that unites us installation prepared by Azerkhalcha Open Jukstock Company. The exhibition presents exhibits and product samples of 15 state entities and 16 private companies. Products of 33 companies are displayed in the Made in Azerbaijan section. The stands of all countries were prepared in a uniform design. Along with the country stands, a separate stand reflecting the cooperation relations of SPECA countries was installed in the center of the exhibition pavilion. Minister of Defense Industry Vidar Mustafayev informed the head of state that in Defense Industry Corner about 88 nominations of defense products including various types of firearms, close-range combat vehicles, mortars, ammunition of various calibers, unmanned aerial vehicles, and etc. produced in the ministry's enterprises. Unlike previous exhibitions, for the first time newly developed AH-12.7 large-caliber machine gun is displayed here. Azerbaijan National Stand covers topics such as Heydar Aliyev 100 years, economic development, industry, agriculture, digital development and innovations, transport infrastructure and transit, energy, defense industry, tourism, restoration and development of territories liberated from the occupation. The economic development block features the rich economic resources of our country, the sustainable and inclusive development model, the works done in the direction of the development of the digital economy, and information on economic and trade relations. The industrial block features the achievements as a result of the successful industrialization policy carried out in the country, rich raw materials resources, raising the competitiveness of industrial production, directions of industrial development, as well as industrial parks and neighborhoods, dynamic development of nano industry. As indicated, 4,095 industrial enterprises were established in the country in 2002-2023, whereas the production volume in the industry was $1.6 billion in 2002. In 2022, this number reached $10.4 billion. SPECA country stands showcase products produced in the member countries. The purpose of the exhibition, held in the 25th year of SPECA's establishment, is to demonstrate the economic potential of participating countries, discuss mutually beneficial partnership opportunities, and strengthen regional economic cooperation among member states. Additionally, an open-air exhibition area has been set aside for the presentation of vehicles and other heavy equipment by the participating countries. Various vehicles produced by the member states are displayed here. President İlham Aliyev met with Prime Minister of Hungary, Viktor Orban. Prime Minister of Hungary, Viktor Orban, expresses gratitude to the head of state for the invitation to attend the SPECA summit as a guest of honor. He conveyed the best wishes of the Hungarian people and his congratulations to President İlham Aliyev on the occasion of the restoration of Azerbaijan's sovereignty and the stabilization of the situation in the region. President İlham Aliyev expresses satisfaction with the comprehensive development of relations and friendly ties between Azerbaijan and Hungary, emphasized that our countries cooperate closely on a bilateral basis and within the framework of the Organization of Turkic States, and added that SPECA created a new format for cooperation. Viktor Orban expresses gratitude for Azerbaijan's support in bringing Hungary closer to the Turkic family and developing relations with the Organization of Turkic States. President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, İlham Aliyev, received Executive Secretary of the United Nations Economic Commission for Europe, Tatyana Molchan.
Saying that close relations have been established between Azerbaijan and the United Nations Economic Commission for Europe since the country became a member of the institution in 1993, the head of state noted that Azerbaijan enjoys successful cooperation with the Commission in environmental protection, transport, customs, energy, the implementation of sustainable development goals, and other areas. President İlham Aliyev held the participation of delegations of the United Nations Economic Commission for Europe in the international events organized under the chairmanship of Azerbaijan in the country. In this regard, the head of state described the participation of the executive secretaries of the UN Economic Commission for Europe and the UN Economic and Social Commission for Asia and the Pacific in the summit of the UN Special Program for the Economies of Central Asia in Baku as an example of the importance attached to cooperation within SPECA. Thanking for the invitation, Tatyana Molchan praised Azerbaijan's successful chairmanship of SPECA and described holding the summit in this format for the first time as an important achievement. Noting that there are great prospects for cooperation under Azerbaijan's SPECA chairmanship, Executive Secretary of the United Nations Economic Commission for Europe, Tatyana Molchan, emphasized that the summit coincides with the 25th anniversary of the establishment of SPECA, and in this regard stressed the importance of adopting a resolution concerning establishment of SPECA in the United Nations General Assembly. Tatyana Molchan said she is satisfied to represent the UN Secretary-General at the SPECA summit. She underlined that this summit is of great importance in terms of developing cooperation between SPECA member countries in areas of mutual interest and discussing priorities and challenges. Tatyana Molchan said she was pleased to participate as a co-chair in the discussions to be held as part of the UN Economic Commission for Europe.
President İlham Aliyev received Executive Secretary of the United Nations Economic and Social Commission for Asia and the Pacific, Armida Salsiya Ali-Shabana.
Armida Salsiya Ali-Shabana emphasized that the holding of the summit in Azerbaijan on the 25th anniversary of the UN Special Program for the Economies of Central Asia was a significant event and congratulated the Republic of Azerbaijan as the host and chairman on this occasion. The head of our state said that Azerbaijan joined the UN Economic and Social Commission for Asia and the Pacific in 1992 and currently maintains strong political partnerships with the majority of its member states. President İlham Aliyev highlighted the significance of UNESCO as a vital cooperation platform, particularly in the areas of transport, digitization, energy, and other areas of mutual interest. He noted the potential for future cooperation between UNESCO and SPECA regions, specifically emphasizing transport cooperation. The head of our state informed about the Transport Corridor Development Plan connecting the Middle Corridor, Caspian and Black Seas with the neighboring countries. Emphasis was placed on the significance of digitizing transport, enforcing uniform tariffs, and adhering to standardized regulations. During the discussion, the issue of our country's participation in the Trans-Asian Railway Agreement Network, the Intergovernmental Agreement on Asian Land Ports, and other intergovernmental agreements under UNESCO was mentioned. At the meeting, views were exchanged on issues related to the development of relations between our country and UNESCO and the holding of relevant meetings of this institution in Azerbaiján.
President Ilham Aliyev met with President of the Republic of Tajikistan, Emomali Rahmon.
Addressing the meeting, President Ilham Aliyev thanked Emomali Sharipovich for accepting the invitation and participating in the summit of the SPECA program. It is another good opportunity to meet, talk and discuss the agenda on both bilateral and multilateral cooperation. I would also like to thank you once again for your invitation to attend the consultative meeting of the heads of state of Central Asia as the only guest of honor. I highly appreciate it. I consider it as a sign of friendship and respect, said the head of our state, and emphasized the successful development of bilateral relations. I'm sure that your current visit will also be important in terms of strengthening our ties. There are multiple plans and projects. The main point is fraternity of our peoples and our shared future, President Ilham Aliyev underlined. President Emomali Rahmon thanked for the invitation to the SPECA Jubilee Summit. Our interaction is developing dynamically in both trade and humanitarian fields. We rejoice at the success of our Azerbaijani friends as your country is developing. Many programs are being developed and we are talking about it now. Thank you for your invitation. We are preparing for next year's visit. We're currently working on it and our respective bodies are interacting. I believe that it will give a strong impetus to our bilateral relations. Today, I am ready to discuss with you the current state and prospects of our relations and regional problems, said Emomali Rahmon.
President Ilham Aliyev met with President of the Kyrgyz Republic, Sadir Japarov.
Уважаемый Садыр Нургужевич, уважаемые гости, добро пожаловать в Азербайджан.
President Ilham Aliyev expresses gratitude for accepting the invitation to participate in the summit and said, the dynamics of bilateral relations is a clear proof of how close two countries and peoples are. We will always be supportive of each other and we will continue to do so in the international institutions in the future as well. During the meeting, important issues related to the increase of trade in goods, investment policy and further rapprochement between our countries was discussed. A summary of the year's work was made with the participation of our delegations and next steps were identified. President Sadir Japarov thanked for the kind words and stressed the bilateral interstate relations have reached the highest level in recent years. President Sadir Japarov expressed confidence that constructive discussions and exchange of views on current issues of cooperation between the Kyrgyz Republic and the Republic of Azerbaijan will be held. The President of Kyrgyzstan congratulated President Ilham Aliyev and the people of Azerbaijan on the restoration of the sovereignty and territorial integrity of the Republic of Azerbaijan, noting that this had brought about new conditions for peace and stability in the South Caucasus. The President of Kyrgyzstan also conveyed congratulations on the occasion of the 100th anniversary of the national leader of the Azerbaijani people, Heydar Aliyev. President Ilham Aliyev expressed his gratitude to the President of Kyrgyzstan for his congratulations on the occasion of the 100th anniversary of Heydar Aliyev, the great leader of the Azerbaijani people, and the restoration of Azerbaijan's sovereignty and territorial integrity.
The head of our state also met with President of the Republic of Kazakhstan, Kassym-Jomart Tokayev.
Со мной большая делегация.
Да, очень правильно.
Члены правительства.
Рады всем гостям.
Thanking the President of Kazakhstan for visiting Baku, President Ilham said, "Today we are implementing very important energy and transport projects in the Caspian and indeed in the broader region by joining our efforts in a number of fields. As we conclude 25 years of the SPECA program today, perhaps every country can see how far we have advanced. It is gratifying to see that the friendly and brotherly relations between Kazakhstan and Azerbaijan are being filled with new content today." The head of our state once again thanked President of Kazakhstan for participating in the event.
Благодарю. Для меня очень приятно быть в Баку.
President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev thanked for the invitation and congratulated the head of our state and all the fraternal people of Azerbaijan on the restoration of the sovereignty and territorial integrity of the Republic of Azerbaijan, and emphasized that these successes had been achieved as a result of the visionary policy of the President of Azerbaijan. President of Kazakhstan said our countries are truly strategic partners and actual neighbors on the Caspian Sea. The adoption of the joint declaration on the strengthening of strategic relations and the deepening of alliance, as well as the establishment of the Supreme Interstate Council, is also a historic event. President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev noted that the construction of a creativity center named after Kurmangazi in the city of Fizuli was a contribution to the ongoing restoration and construction work in Karabakh. President Ilham thanked the President of Kazakhstan for the congratulation and for the Kurmangazi Creativity Center. President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev expressed his gratitude for the celebration of the 100th anniversary of his father, prominent Kazakh writer Kemal Tokayev, and for the publication of his work, Night Fire. The sides noted with satisfaction that Azerbaijan and Kazakhstan always support each other in international organizations and that cooperation between them in the fields of economy, trade, and transport was expanding. The heads of state conducted an exchange of views on the transportation of Kazakh oil across the territory of Azerbaijan and the use of Azerbaijan's transport infrastructure, as well as the development of transport and logistical facilities and the Trans-Caspian Transport Corridor.
The head of our state met with President of the Republic of Uzbekistan, Shavkat Mirziyoyev.
During the meeting, the sides praised the comprehensive dynamic development of relations between the two countries and stressed the importance of reciprocal visits of the heads of state. The President of Azerbaijan thanked for a secondary school named after Mirzo Ulugh, which was constructed on behalf of the Uzbek people in the city of Fizuli. They noted the significance of the summit dedicated to the 25th anniversary of the SPECA and described Azerbaijan and Central Asia as a single space from the point of view of geopolitics, economy, and politics. Concrete projects related to the expansion of economic and trade relations in various spheres, as well as in new areas of cooperation, were discussed. During the conversation, the sides pointed out cooperation within international organizations, as well as in cultural and humanitarian fields.
President Ilham then met with Prime Minister of Georgia, Irakli Garibashvili.
Prime Minister Irakli Garibashvili thanked President Ilham for inviting him to participate in the SPECA summit as a guest of honor and extended his congratulations on the 25th anniversary of SPECA. The Georgian Prime Minister hailed the fact that this summit is held during Azerbaijan's chairmanship of SPECA. The head of state recalled his visit to Georgia and the discussions conducted during the trip. During the conversation, they commended the development of friendship and strategic partnership between Azerbaijan and Georgia and shared their views on the development of Trans-Caspian Transport Corridor, in particular transport and logistics cooperation between Azerbaijan, Georgia, and Central Asian countries, as well as the rise in Baku-Tbilisi cars railway capacity. The sides lauded the surge in Azerbaijan-Georgia trade turnover. They exchanged views on the prospects for cooperation and issues of mutual interest.
President Ilham Aliyev received Secretary General of the Gulf Cooperation Council, Jassim Mohammed al-Budayvi.
The head of state hailed the participation of the Gulf Cooperation Council in the SPECA summit, noting that Azerbaijan enjoys very close partnership with the member states of the organization. President Ilham said that he has personal friendship with the heads of state of the member countries of the Gulf Cooperation Council and hailed the successful development of cooperation with these countries in various areas. The head of state pointed out that there are great prospects for further expansion of cooperation in investments, renewable energy, tourism and other fields. President Ilham emphasized that political stability is fully ensured in Azerbaijan and Central Asian countries and praised the rapid development of the countries in terms of political, economic and demographic factors. The Secretary General extended his congratulations on Azerbaijan hosting the SPECA summit. He pointed out that the Gulf Cooperation Council member countries place a special emphasis on comprehensive development of relations with Azerbaijan and Central Asian nations, underlining development of relations in a variety of fields. Jassim Mohammed Al-Budayvi noted that there are great prospects in the political and economic areas and for boosting investments. The meeting also saw discussions on global Islamophobia trends and the ways to combat them.
The Summit of Heads of State and Government of the Member States of the United Nations Special Program for the Economies of Central Asia, SPECA, was held at the Heydar Aliyev Center in Baku. President Ilham Aliyev attended the summit. The head of state addressed the summit, saying that this year marked the 25th anniversary of the United Nations Special Program for the Economies of Central Asia, and currently Azerbaijan was chairing SPECA. The head of state added that multifaceted relations between our countries have developed successfully in the past 25 years, yet it is the first ever summit of the SPECA member states. Expressing gratitude to the heads of the Central Asian states for supporting Azerbaijan's initiative on holding the summit, President Ilham Aliyev noted that Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan and Uzbekistan cooperate successfully across a number of multilateral platforms. Upon my invitation, the Prime Ministers of Georgia and Hungary and the Secretary General of the Gulf Cooperation Council are attending the summit as the guest of honor. I am confident that the summit with such a composition will pave the way to a broader format of economic cooperation, stressed the head of state, underlining that at the time of SPECA's inception, the member states were taking their first steps as independent countries. They were facing a multitude of problems and challenges. President Ilham Aliyev noted that in the last 25 years, they overcame the major challenges, strengthened state sovereignty, became valuable members of the international community, and achieved rapid economic development. Adding that another factor uniting these countries was the political stability, and without stability, no economic growth can be achieved. The head of state added that today wars, conflicts, and bloody clashes were raging in various regions across the globe, whereas these countries enjoy peace, stability, and security, with successful growth and development processes underway. This is a significant accomplishment and success of our states and peoples. Then other heads of state and government made speeches. An official lunch was hosted on behalf of President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Ilham Aliyev, in honor of the heads of state and government participating in the summit of the UN Special Program for the Economies of Central Asia, SPECA. That was all for the week. Thank you for watching us, and stay tuned not to miss the next edition of our program.